Soul Garden.
Are you tired of being codependent? Have you ever wondered why you're always cheating? Why do you have to always mother everyone you date?
I understand.
The biggest problem usually is people choose the wrong person. Are you ready to find out the truth? Yes. In just one video, you'll understand what you're looking for in love and what you offer. You send us your date of birth, we send you a custom video that's all about you. We call it Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report. Find out your birthday secrets today, available online at secretsofbirthdays.com. Hello Magic Maker, welcome to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. My name is Christopher Witecki, and we are plowing through 2012. January has moved very quickly. Before we dive into that, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So we're offering you a special with secretsofbirthdays.com. If you buy yourself a love report, we'll give you a free one for a love interest. Yeah, that's right. If you just know their date of birth, you can find out everything about them. And you can find everything about our SOBs at secretsofbirthdays.com. Take it right to Soulmart. Also, we're excited. We've launched the Guardian Agency this week, out of beta and in pure form. You should be receiving your texts, and it's not too late to sign up yourself. This is where I can watch over you personally as an astrologer, because I have your date of birth on file, and I can watch over each of our clients. So see what it's about at gatext.me. And what else can we talk about? Well, the Mothership. Things are buzzing back at the Mothership, the hive where all of our busy lightworker bees are. This is a social network, if you don't know. It's soulgarden.me, and we have a special place for you, fishy, at soulgarden.me/Pisces. Come on down. We've got blogs. We're talking about the Pisces and how they are bottom feeding right now. It's one of our articles in iNews, if you don't know. And come meet Chris Onefeather, our Zodiac Director in the Mothership. It's a place where you can be who you are and not be judged. Come hang out with us. We're cool peeps. And what else can I talk about? Let's talk about you. When we last left our Magic Makers, you were working on karma. This is the annual karma transit. Karma, where you are connecting to your psychic state of awareness, which is the natural state of awareness that Pisces walk around on Earth in. However, even you must clean out the gutters once a year. Let's take a look at the planets and where we start on Monday. As of Monday, we're in Chapter 2 of Sun in Aquarius. You should now, in the last 10 days, have kind of cut and at least identified aspects that prevent you from having faith in yourself. These are also aspects of karma. These could be relationships of karma that you're stuck in. And now, as we start this week, denial is not just a river in Egypt. It should be broken, and you should be clear on what issues you need to face. Now, that doesn't mean you want to face it, doesn't mean you feel like facing it. With the sun at 10 degrees, it is the beginning of Chapter 2, and on Monday you're simply holding space for what it is you want as far as inner faith and feeling connected on the planet. This may be also you releasing from karma, etc. So Monday you're holding space. Now with the moon down in Taurus and crossing Jupiter, emotions and mind will be hyperactive on Monday. In fact, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are hyper intellectually active days, and that's mostly because of Jupiter and the moon being here. Jupiter is saying time for Pisces to think bigger. All right? Think of it as getting an operating system upgrade. That the way you think in itself holds you back, Pisces. Jupiter says think bigger, and emotions add you to think bigger. Also, look at this. The moon and Jupiter will trine up to Pluto in Capricorn, which means thinking bigger also involves letting go of old friends, old contexts, old communities. So the universe is asking you to cut old communities in order to think bigger. Kind of an interesting day. On Tuesday, the moon continues in Taurus. It's a healing day for everyone on the planet. You will continue to be pensive, cloudy and pensive most likely. And for as far as your awareness is concerned, this is a good healing day. So if you discovered an injury, a childhood wound, a karmic pain, any type of subconscious spiritual energy work, maybe it's playing out in dreams for those of you who aren't conscious enough, whatever it is, this day is a healing day where you can really let it go. Also, look at this trine going on all week between the Neptune and Aquarius and up to Saturn, 29 degrees in Libra. Now what this means for the Pisces is Saturn is about to go retrograde. Saturn in Libra has been pushing for Pisces to change where they draw boundaries, right? And Saturn has pushed you to the limits, 29 degrees. There's nothing else to introduce as far as freaky boundary issues that you have. And Saturn will retrograde here in about a week. Now, in the meantime, Neptune's at 29 degrees. Neptune's been helping you get more psychic, connect to your higher self. It is in the psychic senses, and it's about to drop down into your ego. So in other words, for the Pisces folk on the planet, there's about to be a major shift where suddenly your spirituality becomes who you are in your ego consciousness, and Saturn means you're going to retrograde. In other words, you're going to change a lot of boundaries as a result of this shift. I think on Tuesday, as you're healing, you're setting up for this shift, which will come a little later in the week. Now on Wednesday, that's my little Oprah voice, things kind of heat up for different reasons. On the one hand, Jupiter rules the day. So Wednesday is an explorative day. It's a spiritual day for Pisces. It's a good day to explore new options, new healings, a new place to meditate. Get your subconscious into a new form. And realize subconscious is today's consciousness over years. Right? So we have to plant seeds of good subconscious. We have to plant seeds of peace. We have to take time to be at peace on earth, like in a meditative state, and let that time of peace filter into our subconscious. So this is part of what you were doing. The other thing that's going on is this awesome Venus-Mars opposition, which comes to a peak at 22 degrees. Now, as you know, Mars is retrograde, which means that when it comes to relationships and partnerships, it's time for Pisces to back up. It's time for Pisces to go back and maybe reconsider some old actions. So you're moving backwards in time with relationships as you move forward in time with ego consciousness with Venus. So your ego being able to receive, to accept, having an ego be in a position to maybe receive help. Maybe you've been in a position where you're always out light working and whatnot, and you're never in a place to receive. So this is a huge fault line that comes to a shift on Wednesday in a big way, because this is the day where you're off to try new things with faith, and at the same time you are letting back on relationships and moving forward with receiving. And this is a big thing. Now from this point on, Venus is going to be catching up on Mars, and what that means is how we manifest and when we act come closer together. Kind of interesting thing because it changes throughout the year. Now, for those of you who are watched over me and the Guardian Agency, I'll be sending out 2 personal texts on Wednesday to help you with that Mars-Venus opposition. A personal text, of course, is based on your date of birth, something I invented with GA. The first personal text will help you to understand yourself based on your date of birth and what it takes you for you to surrender your ego, what it takes you, not just a Pisces, but you as a Pisces. The other thing we'll talk about in the other second text will be a Venus text that helps you to understand what it takes you to receive. This is about comfort zones in our soul, and hopefully the text will help you get through the day. On Thursday, things start to shift. We have Uranus ruling the day. So Thursday might be a cloudy or showers day. You might have to pay some penance or something. You might have to face some guilt in your subconscious. Uranus means there will be a subtle breakdown, which I do believe will be followed by a breakthrough on Friday. Now hopefully this is a constructive breakdown. In other words, you thought one thing was the solution, it breaks down, you find the new solution. This is usually not the breakdown where you have to face yourself in the mirror about being an alcoholic or having had pain in the past you've kind of ignored. This is a breakdown of, oh, I thought it was this and maybe it's that. Still, because it's subconscious, it's karmic, it might be a hard day, and the moon has shifted now into full Gemini, which makes you want to be nurtured. So you're going to really want to self-nurture on Thursday. Your emotions are a bit more hyper-aware than usual, and Uranus ain't helping either. On Friday, things will lighten up. So if Thursday sucks, Friday will be better. Mercury actually rules the day on Friday, and we are blessed with a temporary soul pyramid. Soul pyramid is going to help you come to a fruition about certain things. Now again, this is a karmic month, so you're learning karma issues. However, this soul pyramid between Neptune in your ego, down to your self-nurturing ability, and up to boundaries with Saturn, okay? So it's boundaries, self-nurturing, and ego. How do your boundaries and self-nurturing need to come together in order for you, or actually really the way to put it is, how does your ego need to surrender and your boundaries need to change in order to receive the nurturing you want to receive? That's what it is, says my higher self. And it has a lot to do with Venus. So Friday is a day of getting it, emotionally getting it. And because it's the moon in the 4th house, you're probably getting it at home. This is a private moment with yourself, a realization with yourself that you need a certain nurturing, and because you haven't had it, it was probably due to a boundary issue or an ego hang-up. So Friday is a good day. Friday is also a great day because we have a new show going on the air. Instead of the Love and Lust Report, I'm going to do this, what I call a web talk radio show. That's what it is. It's a web talk talk radio show, webcam radio show. What's that? I don't know. Come see. We're going to figure it out. But what it is a talk show. It lasts about 90 minutes, and we'll be talking about topics. We'll do the love and lust in there. We'll do some astro gossip. We're going to take calls. I just want to bring the tribe together once a week. So we're going to do that now in lieu of recorded entertainment. It will be at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern. Come on down to soulgarden.me/live. Now, then on the weekend, it'll be a pretty chill weekend. You're mostly nesting and resting on Saturday. The moon will now shift into Cancer, pull out of the nesting and resting, and as it moves into Cancer, it's actually moving into your house of inner child. So this could be a very playful weekend if your healing is in order with your subconscious and weed issues that you're working on. The sun is going to be ruled by Mercury. Mercury is right on top of the sun. So there's a lot of proactive thinking. Our thoughts are catching up with us. We're letting go of our negative thoughts. And the other thing I want to put out is Jupiter. Jupiter is racing now. It's at 3 degrees. It's going to just keep blowing your mind. So I guess the best thing to say to you is if you're having a lot of friction, Pisces, the best thing to do is to surrender your thoughts. Surrender your thoughts and be open-minded, because that's the only friction spot that I think could be a real problem. Definitely want to get out there probably on Sunday and go play. Neptune be ruling the day. That's your ruling planet. So if there's a fun day in the weekend, it's Sunday. Sunday's your fun day. All right, Pisces, that wraps up yet another week. I will either text you within the hour or I will see you in 7 days. Either way, live, love, be.